morning and welcome to our Hiku meeting board here in Hiku today. I'd like to call on Dr. Belky to do the opening here. Thank you.
Thanks, Adele. E tia tua, homai kia mātou, tō rangi mārie, tō aroha, tō kaha, tō maramatanga, mō tēnei rā. God, give us your peace, your understanding and your wisdom to make great choices for our community. Amen.
Amen.
I'd like to do the apologies and conflicts of interest, please, first of all. So I have apologies from Councillor Fully and Councillor Hopia Harawira. And we have John Stewart online, who's a community board member. So I'll move those.
Yeah, right.
All in favour?
Right.
Is there any conflicts of interest?
Just me, thanks, for the funding application for Kaita Rugby Club. I'll refrain from voting for that.
Is there any other conflicts of interest, please? Good. All in favour?
Right.
Right. So we'll move on to the speakers now. Is anyone in public forum who wants to speak? Obviously. Right, we'll move straight into the speakers. So we have Dr. Phillips. Yes. We have Dr. Peter Phillips online for the Otherwise Limited application, please. Welcome, Peter. Oh,
You were here for something.
right. Oh, sorry.
That's all right. It was just
Okay.
going to happen.
Yeah.
Kia ora koutou, ngā mihi nui kia koutou, mō tēnei hui. My name is Ricky Lee. I am Operations Manager of the Subtitles, the Kukuwaka Centre, and today the purpose of my visit to come and talk to you all was to ask that the Te Hiku Community Board subsidise our school visits to ODD. So with the school visits, we have, I think there's 24 schools in Te Hiku, and we have been having, in the last 18 months, schools come out and visit to learn about what has been put together for us, finding out who we were, where we came from and how we got here, sharing that knowledge, and also doing workshops with the children. But we wanted Te Hiku Community Board to subsidise the school visits to make it accessible for all schools. Some of the schools have been able to come out and some haven't had it within their budget. So it's not just a school visit. It's not just about the school trips. It's actually about investing in our tamariki, our reo, and our identity as Te Hiku and Te Ika. The Kukuwaka Centre provides hands-on cultural education, waka building, navigation and pūrākau. With many schools struggle with costs, so some tamariki miss out, and we don't want that. The subsidies would remove barriers and ensure all students in Te Hiku have equal access to what we offer at the Kukuwaka Centre. This is about strengthening pride, belonging and hauora, learning who we are through our stories. Benefits to Te Hiku community, investing in youth means investing in future leaders who are confident in their culture and identity. The centre draws in schools, whānau and visitors, boosting local connections and pride. It also supports local employment and volunteers, keeping knowledge alive in our rohe. Te Hiku Community Board wants thriving, resilient communities. This initiative supports education, culture, youth development and equity, ticking multiple boxes. A small subsidy unlocks a big return in terms of cultural identity, educational enrichment and long-term wellbeing for our rangatahi. Myself, I've been a part of most of the visits out to the centre and have only seen good results with the tamariki and being able to take it back to their kura and do ongoing learning. The kaupapa that we, kaupapa waka that we do down at ODF. We have schools come out for the 2.5 hour introductory visit, and then they look at deepening the knowledge and coming out and doing workshops. And we have now some of that come into each space and deliver on those workshops. So I ask the board that you support us and subsidise for our kura in Te Hiku. I've also got some slides here if you'd like to see the writings and what we offer for you guys. And if you've got any other questions, then Peter's here to support on that.
Regularly, do you have other groups apart from schools?
We do. For instance, right now we've got a group of 15 Ngātahi down there at ODD that are looking to do Bachelor of Health Science next year. So we have people that come into the space to help and share kōrero for that. We do have all sorts of different organisations. So we've got created product to do things with the community here, not just schools, but like at the moment we've just had Tina Waikaha, so people with disabilities and things like that come out and do handling drills in schools, team building, leadership, mahi. And we're also looking at doing some mahi with neurodiverse kids as well in that space. We have all sorts of groups that come from all over Aotearoa actually and the Pacific. So we've got, for instance, Kura coming from Hawaii, and these are all this is all from the mahi that Uncle Peck has done in the past. His vision was to set aside some whenua, which we have done, so that people and children can come and learn about who we are and how we got here. And by building the voyaging canoe, he pretty much changed New Zealand history out on the site at ODD. And we want to share that with our kids here, but also it's not just up here, it's Aotearoa, it's the Pacific, Te Moananui, Kiwa.
I want to ask another question that's unrelated to your funding application, sorry, but you said at one stage that there's going to be a big waka thing next year. Can you tell the board members about that a little bit?
We've got a waka festival that's happening next year. It's called Te Haukomaru. It's a voyaging festival. So it's been around for about 6 to 8 years now. The last one was in Whaitiri in Lawson. And next year, 2026, we're going to be hosting it at ODD. We've got most of the voyaging canoes from Aotearoa that will be coming up to the Doubtless Bay area, and they'll be mooring in Mangonui and Taipa, and we'll be running programs throughout a week, like 5-day period in October. For schools, we'll be doing workshops for schools throughout the week. So where buses bring their kura in, they get dropped off and do a walk around of the Kukuwaka Centre with workshops in all different spaces. But it'll be open to the public as well. We'll have markets and the Te Moananui Kiwa. Because of HEX status within the Pacific, there's voyaging canoes that'll be travelling down from Hawaii, Tahiti, down to Tonga. So there's a lot happening in this space, and even this year in October, I've just had the itinerary shared that the Hawaiians will be sailing down. They've just been doing the voyage for Earth, I think it's Te Moananui here, and they're in Rarotonga at the moment doing the islands, and then they'll be down here in November for the Whipsy Indigenous conference down in Auckland. The 40th anniversary from when the first voyaging canoe arrived in Aotearoa at Waitangi. So they'll be having a big festival there, and then the following week they want to come up to ODD and bring the Hokirai out here to acknowledge Hick and the mahi that he's done in the space. So there's a lot happening. Big festival happening next year also. And this here was a dream of his, and we are kind of we've had tasks put in front of us, and we're just taking them on and getting it done. But yeah, you've got all this. Have you got this in front of you as well? Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And we'll be, I think the application further on in the meeting, and you'll be informed of our decision.
Yeah.
Thank you. We've got Kerry Spicer and Mike Stevenson from the SPCA. Welcome to the table. Thank you.
Kia ora, thank you very much for having us here today. I've brought Mike along with me as my support. First time as a photograph. I just wanted to speak to you about an application that I submitted about providing community de-sexing vouchers for the Te Hiku community. You may be aware that roaming dogs are a big problem here in Kaitaia and the surrounding areas. And there's so many people in this region that have animals that want to look up, want to feed them at home, but really struggle financially. And so our application to you is to ask that we can get funding towards our national de-sexing program, which is doing great things. It started in 2021 and already de-sexed. I'm sorry, I didn't bring it with me. Something like 55,000 animals so far, which prevents a lot of and prevents animals overpopulation in the community that become stray, prevents burdens on shelters, health and safety in the community. It's great for obviously the environment, not having so many animals on our streets. And I see that we've recently been about by law for de-sexing cats over 4 months, which is fantastic. So at SPCA we de-sex all the animals that come through to help try and stop this problem. So with the community de-sexing vouchers, we're basically trying to be the fence at the top of the cliff, not the ambulance at the bottom. And so respectfully asking $1,000 towards our cost to provide these vouchers to the community. My colleague Mike, he is a community support officer and he comes up here every week. Because as you know, the SPCA Kaitaia is no longer here. Sanitation issues back in 2023, we had to shut it down. However, everything moved to Kirikiri, and so we have that centre, and Mike comes up to Kaitaia. So I'll let Mike explain a little bit about his role. Thank you.
Morning all, I'm Mike Stevenson. I'm the community support of the Kawaka all the way up north. I come here once or twice a week, or once a week, twice a fortnight, and do the community drop-in, where I talk to a lot of people about de-sexing their animals. I do anywhere between 8 and 15 de-sexing vouchers a week up here. A lot of people find it really hard paying for food, and they come to me about de-sexing animals. I think it's pretty good for us to get some funding for me to be able to come out more. I'd like to go around to Ahipara and more places. There's a lot of animals out there that aren't getting de-sexed. We're getting anywhere between 8 to 20 puppies a week coming from Kaitaia to Kirikiri. At the moment, we've got 45 dogs in the centre. We've got puppies out on Prosper. I have puppies in my office, at my house, so do all the other staff. We've got puppies from this area. It's so bad.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get out here and get the de-sexing done best we can. But yeah, this year, the last 6 months has been quite bad, puppies and kittens.
And they literally, they literally have people asking them, well, not asking them, telling them, take my puppy or I'm going to drown it with it.
Yeah, if you don't take them, I'm going to take them home and shoot them or stomp on their heads or, yeah. So then we have to take them in and try our
so
best.
much capacity.
So the funding that we don't really use in this area.
Just this area.
Yeah.
I'd like to speak for
Yeah.
Yes, the accountability that we'll provide will show that it's just been constituency.
I did bring some pictures of one of the pictures in the last couple of weeks from your area if you wanted to see them. Yeah. Absolutely. So these are all from Aranui and Kaitaia area.
Oh my
And
goodness.
there's a whole heap of them. Yeah.
No.
Oh, I could never work.
No.
I work at a house. They're called foster fails. There are so many people at SPCA that foster an animal and they end up with them. Right.
So you see the pictures of how we got them all together, those photos we found.
Here's a cute little puppy.
How we do in the basket. It was working with the family of our stag in the bin, by fire.
Yeah.
The mother dog is really skinny. She had 9 puppies and she was tied up in the backyard. The puppy was food dog, she had no milk.
Any questions?
No.
Thank you so much for coming in. We'll be making a decision later on in the meeting. So, thank you. So next we have, is it Atkinson?
Mike Atkinson.
Oh, you're Mike, okay, not Judah.
I know Judith's unable to attend that.
Oh, okay, so,
Yeah,
yes,
thank you and for letting me speak. So I'm Mike Atkinson, trustee and chair of the Real Land Society Trust. We can call ourselves Trust. And as I mentioned, Judith unable to attend today. But we're seeking to Trust as a registered charity. We are working on a number of initiatives to support the community, particularly individuals in need, around helping food and education is the main core of what we do. But we're also supporting smaller business community groups with the governance, compliance and operational needs. Like one of our measures, keep focus on beautiful. Thank you. What we've applied for is funding to establish Kaitaia, a youth centre in the centre of Kaitaia. The model for this would be to provide skills training for 12 to 24-year-olds, open to all, and it would be across areas like sound engineering, graphic design, gateway courses, barista training. Back to also creating a hub for smaller community groups that aren't able to have a presence in the centre of town. So they can both support the centre's activities and also provide co-living space for them during the daytime and are open for you. So far, we've found a space that's just ideal. And we're in negotiations on a lease for that space. And we're in discussions with other community groups who are very interested in participating in this. And our training providers, because the courses that we're looking to provide with the NCEA accredited, and so that the kids are, the youth are coming out with credible qualifications that will equip them but going into the workforce. So we've applied to the community board. We've also got some funding applications for the likes of Foundation North and the gaming charities, corporate sponsors, and government agencies, and local businesses. And there's a lot of excitement. We're really very positive about what we're seeking to do. We're inspired by an organisation called ZEA, which operates in a number of centres around New Zealand, doing a very similar delivery program to what we're talking about. They've been going for 20 plus years, and going from centre to centre, with young people, just really empowering them. And we're keen to bring this model to Kaitaia. That's pretty much us. Julie was here to talk a lot more about the detail of the offering at the new centre. But otherwise, we are hopeful that you will support it. It's always helpful for seeking applications across different funders. We've had parties that are supportive, so we look forward to hearing back from them in due course.
Is there any questions, please? No questions? Okay, thank you so much for coming.
No.
Yeah.
Are you,
Thank you.
Kerry, do you want to go or are you going to stay for a while? Because we can open the door.
I can open it. Yeah, if you don't require us to stay. Very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's just somebody pressed the button on once.
Oh, yes.
That's right.
That's
the right
one. Thank you. Thank you, one.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. So apparently we have Sharon Norman online, so welcome, Sharon. Oh. All right.
Knows he's the president, well, the chairperson of the club. Yeah, so we've applied for funding for our Te Hapua Centre Parade and Whānau Day. We had our first one last year. It was really, really successful. Pretty much the whole community came out to it. We had our local fire brigade of firefighters have games with the kids. We had Whakawhiti Orapai have a health and wellbeing afternoon. And this year we're looking for some help with resources to hold it again. So last year we were donated bouncy castles and whatnot. This year we don't have the pleasure of that. Yeah, I've put an application in for bouncy castles, face painting, catering and mini golf. Just go towards our Santa Parade in the very far north, Te Hapua.
Is there any questions for Sharon?
Darren's got one. What date is it, Sharon?
Oh, I've got on the application there Friday the 13th of December, but it's actually Saturday, the 13th of December.
Thanks.
Is there any further questions?
No.
No further questions for you.
Beautiful, thank you. Beautiful, thank you. Thanks for your time. Have a good day.
Bye. Amelia Marsh for the relay of life.
I'm Amelia Marsh and representing Music Mayor from Te Raura Angamoa to apply for a funding grant to help support our Relay for Life. We've done 2 Relay for Lives before, one in 2021 and one last year in 2024. So this one will be our third Relay for Life. And we've applied for funding this time so that we can respond to the feedback that we've had from our participants around growing our relays. We have a certain amount of funding that we draw from Te Raura Angamoa to be able to run the Relay for Life. But this year we want to make it a bit bigger and better and respond to that feedback. Mostly that's around sound and staging and just our general, so being able to hear across the whole relay. So for those of you that haven't been to a Relay for Life or don't know what it is, it's a Cancer Society event. It's a fundraising event for the Cancer Society where teams of people come together and participate in the relay. It's not a running event, it's a community event where people walk a track over the whole day. So our relays from 10 a.m. till 10 p.m. and we set a fundraising goal each year and hope that our community will come together to support the event for the Cancer Society.
Kia ora, my name is Amy Spinier. So this, I'll just give you a brief breakdown of how it all started. So this started 2 years ago. I wasn't going to do this. When our close friend, Paulette Lewis, as you all know, she was diagnosed with cancer. And so we used to do the one in Whangarei, which is a 24-hour relay for life. So it inspired me. A lot of us people in the community were going down there, so it inspired me, well, why don't we run one up here? So our first year was really good. We did an ahipara. Did our second year in ahipara. So you get the schools, everyone in the community comes together. It's all for a really, really good cause. Just this year, we want to make it bigger, and we're having it at Kaitaia College because it's a 400-metre track. But we just want it to be more accessible to those that live further away, like up north. Ahipara is quite far. So we're hoping for a bigger event. What we're applying for funding is to help us. So when you have a track, everybody's set up in the middle of the track. So everyone can hear what's going on from the stage. They can see as well, but it's more for the speakers so they know what's happening. It's a fun day for everybody of all ages. It's not running. We do all sorts of events around the track. But we've had to come into council today to ask for some funding to help make it possible and make it awesome and beautiful day for everybody involved. Okay. This is our first time we've had to do this too. So
Just relax. So your funding is, you're asking for sound, stage and screen.
So one part of the relay is that we'll have a DJ or music and entertainment going throughout the day and MC. So they really provide the vibe of the event. We've got people walking and participating for 12 hours, they get quite tired, and so that's really a massive part of the day to keep everybody hyped up, and also it creates different atmospheres throughout the day. There are 3 parts to the relay for life. There's the part at the beginning of the day where we celebrate our survivors. They open our relay for life, and so the mood is really set by the music, and if you can't hear the MC karakia being said and the music that's being played, it's really, it changes it for the teams that are at the other end of the track that are not close. So after our first relay, that was some of the feedback that we had, and so we're trying to respond to that by being able to add that extra part to the atmosphere.
So it's on the 8th of the 11th.
Yes.
Saturday, I take it.
Yeah.
And see that you're charging $20 per person to join?
No, it's per team. So the Cancer Society run that side of it. So they, you enter your team for $20, and then your participants in your team don't pay anything.
Okay.
Yeah, so each team will set up their team. It costs them $20, and then each person who joins their team, it doesn't cost them anything. And each person gets a individual fundraising URL, which they use to fundraise for the Cancer Society. Yeah. And we have a few fundraising incentives that are also provided by the Cancer Society as well. So essentially we're the hosts. We've popped our hands up to say we'll run this community event on behalf of the Cancer Society to fundraise for them. The money that we fundraise for our relays in the north, so Whangarei North, it stays in the north. Yeah. So it's to support our whānau in ways like having more nurses up here, so whānau don't have to travel for their cancer treatment. It's support for people staying at in accommodation when they have to stay overnight for their cancer treatment. And that's one really important part of our fundraising emphasis, is that food here stays here for our people.
Okay.
So everything that's raised on the day all goes back.
And none of it comes, and it's all managed by the Cancer Society too, by their website called Raisley. That's something that we don't have any part of. It's all managing it with our team. So our part of it is to facilitate it and to host. So
you have to get the word out there and double the figures.
We'll have to see you guys put a team in. You don't have to stay there the whole day either. It's just a relay. You set up your gazebo in the middle, and you have some teams do time slots. So say my team are all there, but then someone's coming in at 4, because you have to have one person from the team on the track the whole time, because cancer never sleeps. So that person represents.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that person represents the whole theme of the day. Yeah. Someone's got to be on the track because cancer never sleeps.
But it doesn't have to be the same person.
No.
Yeah, so
But we have had someone run. What did he do? Trey Zabriskie, he ran. He did a marathon.
and people often, most people relay for somebody.
Yeah.
So they, either their whole team is a team that's dedicated to somebody in their whānau, or somebody close to them that is no longer with us, or they're relaying for somebody who is here, who they're fighting for. So it's quite good to know.
And we do a breakfast. Once it opens, we do a breakfast that we provide for the survivors. So they have cups of teas, and not everything's healthy in there, but anyway, we love that. But it's a really awesome, and it's an awesome day, and we're just stoked that we're able, that Kaitaia College has given us their grounds to use. But it's just, it's an awesome vibe, and we're looking forward to it.
I came to the last one, Amy, and it wasn't in it, but I came to it. I was very well done. And it was a real great
because everybody
community feeling.
Yes, and they all dress their gazebo, they dress up.
Very personal.
Yes, it's very personal. The whole day, once it gets in the air, that's the hardest part.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the emphasis is on community for that event and coming together under the umbrella of a common cause, and something that has touched all of us, and it's good.
Oh, thank you. Is there any questions?
I've got the quote for the entertainment is obviously a lot. Is this the only did you only manage to get one quote, or was there more than one?
Yeah, we only managed to get one quote because that was who Muri Whenua had used to approve the quote order, so I got the quote from them. Pretty much I did state to him that we may not be able to use the stage, but if we were able just to even get funding just for the speakers, that's what we wanted most. But yeah, we were just hoping for whatever we can get. We're just going to still roll it out no matter what, because we have done that in the last couple of years, but now that we've moved it to Kaitaia, we just every year we intend to do baby steps and just grow it bigger. I think it's a really good initiative for the community to come together of all ages and just have a really good day out. And, we've all had someone in our lives that's had cancer or been affected by it, so it serves a purpose.
Yeah.
Is there any further questions? No. Oh, thank you so much for coming in. It was interesting. Good luck, and hopefully I can make some days and have a look to see what's going on.
Yes. Thank you guys.
You came on the day and not participate.
Yeah,
that was me.
10 o'clock.
I cheered you on.
10 a.m. Yeah,
Right.
You'll see all our signs
diary.
Just touch the black one, Amy, not the green one.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See ya.
So I think you Cosbell, everyone.
No.
It's all right. It was okay.
Yeah.
We'll get on with the agenda, so we'll go to 6.1 on page 8 for the confirmation of the previous minutes. I'll read them. I'll move them.
Darren seconded.
Okay. All in favour?
Aye.
So the next item is 7.1, which is the review of alcohol control areas in the ward. Now, approval. Do I have a mover, please?
Darren.
Seconder?
Yeah, Rachel.
Okay. Did you want to have
If I could just give a little brief rundown.
Yes, thank you, Noel.
Firstly, apologies, it's a really big report.
It is.
But we are focusing on Te Hiku Ward. And what we did is apply a decision-making criteria, and we had to identify towns in the ward that had a high degree of alcohol-related harm occurring in public. And we went from the police statistics mainly, but also in the case of Lake Ngātu, there was very compelling evidence that children were getting cut by broken glass and so on. So we applied that criteria and figured that there were really two areas within Te Hiku that were crying out for, amendment. First one, Lake Ngātu, strongly supported by Councillor Haukia Harawira, from, I guess, the Waka Ama perspective and kids getting hurt and turning into a bit of a scene down at the lake. And what it enables, if we have an alcohol ban area there, it means the police can come and they have powers to say, to ask people to pour out alcohol, to move on, etc., etc.
So without this, they can't do that.
They have to use the Summary Proceedings Act. They have to charge people.
Yep.
Take them, yes.
So, okay, with this, it's not going to stop people just having a quiet drink with a
No.
whatever, but it does give the police the power to use them. So that's a good thing, yeah.
The criteria is there has to be a serious level of crime and or disorder. And the police are so busy anyway that they're not going to act if they see somebody having a quiet picnic by the lake.
That's all right.
Second area is Kaitaia here, where across the whole of the far north had by far the most serious police incidents. And what we've discovered that when the alcohol ban area was declared here, actually it went right back into sort of 2003, but in 2018, it was essentially the main streets that became part of the alcohol control area. And that's cool if somebody's drunk and disorderly and wandering down the main street, great. But what in practice happens is people want to hide away. So all the little lanes and car parks and sort of secluded places were missed out when we did it in 2018. So this exercise is saying we're wanting your blessing for council to amend the Kaitaia alcohol control area, add in all those little lanes. And by the way, there were two little mistakes, I'm sorry, in the list of places. We referred to Liquorland, the car park for Liquorland. It should have been Super Liquor.
Okay.
And the other thing was we called it was Bennett's Road is what we said, but it should have been Bonnet's Road. So essentially, what you have to go on is the list of those places that we included in the report. We have the GIS team at Council working on updating the maps, and they will go to the Council meeting on the 25th, essentially, hopefully to ratify what we're recommending. So happy to take any questions.
Oh, yes, I wonder if we could get one added in here, as along all the river reserve area, because there's mischief happening, particularly just north of the Poke Club, go through that reserve and onto the river reserve there. And they're pitching tents and having parties and
all the way down.
yeah, so all the river reserves.
Perfect. This is why we come to the community board, because you've got your finger on the pulse.
Could I add one too, please?
Yes.
The Pukenui or Hauora commercial fishing wharf. After dark, a bit of a bad area. Most nights.
Not sure if we can do that. I mean, in terms of that criteria of a high level of crime and disorder, it might not figure in those police stats. For instance, we looked at Awanui. We certainly know there's quite a bit of drinking that happens in the playground, but very little of it is serious enough to get that police presence. We looked at all down the coast, Taipa, Mananui. Again, the level wasn't that high to sort of trigger action.
Okay.
So I'd like to push back on that, because if we don't have a criteria, then it's sort of difficult to justify.
Yeah, good explanation.
Do you think we should add all our playgrounds?
Ironically enough, playgrounds you'd think would be the worst place, but they're not.
I think they're well lit, well cameraed.
And well parented.
Yeah.
Parents will clear up alcohol litter, kind of sort out people if they're being abusive or whatever. It's more hidden car parks and
Probably the rubber bead light down.
yes, yeah, a little bit away from the action.
How's that one quite
Part of this is fueled by if you did this big public survey, which was really great because that had around 450 responses, and we asked people to pinpoint where they'd seen stuff going down, and that was really helpful as well as the police stats to figure it out.
Did they look down by the rugby club? Down, because I've called the police several times down there. Break-ins, bottles smashing around Arnold Ray Park. Well, there is just a bottle mess. There's becoming quite a thing to drink in the stand. There's not a lot of cameras. Yeah. There's cameras off the club, but not a lot around there. They go over the back there, and we're constantly picking up smash bottles. High kid area for
All right. To the extent that you
I've physically called the police and been there when they've come here. So
let's say that it's
have a look. But I would suggest that's
there's a little window of opportunity, like in the next few days, from the community board. What we're asking you is to recommend two things. One, make a new control area at Lake Ngātu. B, or two, extend the area in Kaitaia. Yeah. So if we have some pertinent feedback in the next 2 or 3 days to add to that list, that won't affect the overall recommendation.
But the police have been called back.
Yes. Yeah, fine. I've consider both those places, and it's always the case you're driving home and you go, oh, did they include this other hotspot?
So this is Arnold Ray is what I'm talking about, not necessarily the Kaita Rugby Club, but Arnold Ray. Yeah, around the stadium.
Is that the name of the stadium, Arnold Ray?
Ray Park.
Oh, Ray Park, okay.
I'm sure the police will
So
be
this-
familiar with it.
This bylaw.
Yeah.
So you're developing a local one as well, so two different
This is,
policies.
they go hand in hand.
Okay.
The bylaw was reviewed 2023 and then was ratified in 2024. That authorises us to make these areas, but the areas are made by resolution of council. And so they can be made pretty much at any time as long as there's evidence that exists. So at the time when we reviewed the bylaw, we didn't have enough evidence to review the alcohol control areas. And that's what we've been doing for the last 6 months or so, really needling in and figuring out where, in the words of the police, where the mayhem is going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, is there any other questions at all?
I'll move it, Madam Chair.
I'll second it.
I thought you.
Yeah, we did. It hadn't been voted on, but if you want.
Well, we have moved.
Oh, you moved it, okay.
Already. We just need to vote on it. So adding in those other. So we need any new resolution to add in those bits.
No, they're not a part of the resolution, so that must be added to the list of documents.
Okay.
Take it on trust that I will.
Yeah, right. Thank you so much. All in favour? Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you. It's a real pleasure.
Yeah.
Another quick comment. I don't envy your task at assigning funds because just the spread of people this morning, it was
Yes.
very emotional, some of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you very much. I'll get out of here.
Yeah,
Thank you. Great.
The presentation.
Priority 7.2, which is the 2025 meeting schedule on page 98.
Have a great night.
You too. Thank you, Shane. Go ahead and move it, please. Are you all happy to have a meeting on the, so I see that there's some of those, the strategic plan that is missing.
Oh, sorry, and footpaths, are they coming up?
So the strategic plans, they're taking it to the new board.
Oh, okay.
We did, like we did the last training,
Oh,
apparently. I jumped the gun, thinking it was
Oh, right.
before you go.
What about footpaths? Footpaths need to be considered by our board. Because we have made some decisions and no need to change them really. It's a matter of finding the funding,
The funding, there is some funding
Oh,
here,
yeah.
but
but we haven't had a report.
Chase, Margaret.
so if they can come to the 30th of September board, I'll be asking for it for 6 months now. Please.
Is that last one in the video?
Yes, are you all happy with
Yep.
that? John, are you happy with that?
Yep.
Thank you.
So all in favour?
Okay. Is there anything else we need to particularly consider on the 30th? Because,
Well,
The
the
reports will come from the drainage committee meetings on the 15th.
yeah,
and the time is making is coming as well. On to 7.3, which is summer 2026 rural travel funding applications. I'll move it. Do I have a seconder, please?
Yes, Rachel.
Thank you. We have two here to consider. The Harbour Sports Housing and the Harbour Rugby Club 1,318. So worthy sport.
Rachel, why didn't the rugby club do this instead of trying to get accommodation through our funding?
Summer. It's summer.
Answer that.
Yeah.
This is money that comes from Sport New Zealand, and it is only to be used for getting students to and from trainings and to competitions within the district. So what Rachel's asked for funding for is outside of the district and does not qualify under this funding. And we have to sit by their rules. We can't make any out of policy decisions here.
Okay. Thanks.
And I think it was a summer fun day for the not for a winter sport as such, or in winter.
It's more about when the activities take place than what code it is, but yeah.
Yeah.
Does everybody consider this? All in favour?
I am.
Right. We're up to project funding reports on page 104, which is 744. So we have two to consider here, which is FNDC events, Kids and the Kids Try series. Oh, my bad, it's just one, sorry. Beg your pardon. So, do I have a mover, please?
Yeah, Rachel.
Second.
Darren.
Okay.
I know this event went well.
All in favour?
Aye.
Does anyone want a break? No. No. Okay.
See you now.
So we have the Te Huku Community Board members report. I'll move it. Do I have a second, please?
Darren.
Okay. So Darren, you're first up this time.
Oh, yeah. Hang on. Really good on page.
Should we have our break before we talk about the
So the potholes outside the fishing club got filled up, but not outside the church. And the sign that was hazardous to the public by putting has been moved and changed, so that's good. And the first one, it has been resolved with NRC and Razia, State Highway 10 out there.
Okay.
It was all good. And and the rest I don't know about Hillcrest Road and that's me, thank you.
You, Darren?
Yes.
Yeah, sorry, that's me, yeah. Thank you.
Come on to myself. So you can just take it as read. So I'll put in a few pieces about the gum skin and the weeds and the astroturf. And the Hiku Road football maintenance, which is coming up in the context of people that contacted us Sean. And the Pond Street Road maintenance. So we haven't heard a Dickie Bird back because I put that RFS in quite a long time ago. And haven't heard anything about maintenance. And I said, oh, he said waiting for summer. I'm not quite sure. So the maintenance on the main street is really. Okay, that's me. Any questions? Yeah.
You can take mine as read. Same Town Square went and cited it, but it needs to be done properly, because else we could damage the turf by just pulling it up. Main Street is a massive issue, and I'd like to think that they'll do something about that prior to Christmas, when the town is bursting with people. And it's not just in front of the chemist now. It really goes all the way along, all the way to farmers and further. It's getting really bad. And then I just had a couple of RFSs in the market car park with the seating that's been damaged quite badly, and bits and bobs. So, and I'm following along with the school in there. I guess the public consultation should be complete for Waipat Sports in their lease. That must be coming to an end. Must be finished. The public consultation. We need to check that. Waipat Cody.
Out there,
Yeah.
and it's to do with
To renewing their lease.
sports clubs that just do. Yeah.
Because we're waiting. Yeah. We're waiting.
Up to them.
No, but we're waiting for the consultation so that we can approve the renewal of lease, aren't we? So I guess that I'll check up where that is in the process of the public consultation for it. That's me, sorry. Thank you.
Nothing really. You and I went to the health roadshow, which was very interesting, and it sounds like on one hand they're going to put some more money into rural areas, but on the other hand we're fairly thin on the ground in terms of services, doctors, nurses, chemists in particular. One of the interesting things I thought is that there's a lot more meth. The price of meth has come down, and it's not necessarily that more people are using it, although some are, but people who were using it once a week are now using it 5 times a week, so sort of more intense harm to their families, I guess. Nothing else really. There haven't been any major RFSs except for the Hiku one and the one that's being dealt with about those palm trees and so on down in Cooper's Beach Estate. Yeah.
Okay, thanks. John, would you like to give a report at the moment?
Yeah, thank you. Just had a reminder when you were talking to, was it Donald, about the alcohol? Just that area, we're still waiting on an RFS. I mean, that's got to be 6 months old now, regarding that pulling bollards in so people can't drive up around the back of the croquet club and onto the actual reserve. And to be fair, like when we first placed that, they said that this is a solid request and we're going to get onto it, but nothing's happened. I haven't got that RFS number in front of me. Adele reminded me when she was talking about it. Yeah, thanks. I had an interesting request for information from Y Nicholson up in the Pukenui liquor store. So she's been there 15 plus years. I don't even know, probably more. And this year, when she did her liquor license renewal, she ticked the box that she was selling ice, and all of a sudden she had to do a new license to sell bagged ice. Yet she's buying the ice from a licensed premise. So I went to Chrissy and Steve, who's on the staff for licensing and for food licenses, blah, blah, blah. And they've been so helpful. This started last week. So I put the questions to them about when this happened, and I thought it was obviously a council request, which I'm really pleased to find out it was actually an MPI thing back in 2022. They put it out there, and I actually said, this is crazy. I have so they got to do a site visit. Anyway, it costs them about $800, and then there's an annual fee as well, just to sell bagged ice. So I went back, and Chrissy has been really helpful, and MPI are the ones that have put this in place. But I'm saying all this is going to do is cost the public. And then I said, I have I'll punch Nihal from up to Te Apua or wherever he lives. He comes down. So then I asked a question. So what happens if you're a campground selling ice? Yep, they have to have the license as well. And I said, well, okay, so Punch Nihal comes down, buys ice, takes essential ice to all the campgrounds, Te Apua, Taupurapura, Spirits Bay, but he only does it for 2 months of the year, And I'm saying, where is the logic in this, that these people selling bagged ice, that is, are having to pay these fees? And Chrissy was awesome, and actually, when the MPI put it in place, they actually disapproved it themselves. So I'm going to take it a bit further with, I don't know where to go next, but it's central government, and just ask some questions, because to me it's just an absolute waste of money for these small businesses. Turns out I asked if there's an exemption, and there is, but it's not the easiest thing to do. And the likelihood of Punch getting requested a license is probably slim, but because the liquor store has to renew their license, that's when it was picked up. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with everyone, because I thought it was absolutely a waste of money, that bagged food has to have a grade 1 license or something.
So even if they're buying it from a licensed supplier, they still need a license themselves.
Yep, exactly, Rachel. It is crazy. It is crazy, mate. And I was really pleased that it wasn't a FNDC directive. It was a MPI one, but it still doesn't help the fact that it's just more bureaucracy costing the public at the end of the day, because all Y will do is put the price of their bags up. So I just wanted to share that with you guys, and I'm actually going to try and move it forward. And I see there's my daughter works for the Ministry of Environment doing ETS stuff these days, and she sent me a link for I suppose it's bureaucracy type stories, like I haven't got it in front of me. So no, that's me, I think. Thank you, team.
Right. John, is there any update from the gas station for the Park Cooler?
No, I've moved that on. I've asked Carol Bergen for some iwi support, and which she's going to organise for me. I think basically it's like they hear from me. I need probably others to just give them a rattle along as well. Everything seems positive, because I sent them pictures and cuttings out of other newspapers where they've actually created a nice little toilet for the public, and it's been a big happy, and I can't see the logic in them not doing it, because to me it would actually increase their sales, but I don't know, it's gone to a management level, and every time I ask it's still at that level. That's why I'm trying to get other people to ask as well.
Oh, good.
Can you share with us the email address of who we could encourage councillors to send emails to, or we could send emails to?
Yeah, so I was trying to keep council out of it, because that's where it it sort of broke down. They had it. It was all, yes, we're going to do it. And then legal got involved and things took a bit long, I think. I don't know what the frustrations were. And so I was sort of trying to pull at the heartstrings from the community side of it, Rachel. So community groups, that sort of thing. Yeah. So, but I'll definitely share it with you, and you'll have people that can
I do. Yeah.
follow up for sure. The other thing I did was that plaque, Adele, that's all in place, and Stonecraft has done all that. They spent 2 days on the memorial for us, and the RSA memorial, and it's all clean and looking beautiful, and the plaque's been put up, and so I'll organise photos for Bev and for whoever, and we'll give them a thank you somehow publicly. Is that possible?
Yes.
And Anita. Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you. To say thank you to Stonecraft.
Can I just ask one more question, please, which is not to do with John's report, but I think it was the meeting before last. There were some farmers who wanted to be on a group who were willing to be on a group with NRC regarding Madagascar ragwort. Did that information get to NRC or whoever it was?
I will have to look. I don't.
I'll look it up then.
Yeah.
So, well, welcome to the meeting.
Sorry, family emergency I had to attend to. So my apologies, Madam Chair. Okay, take it as read, but a couple of issues, Cheryl, going back to probably 2022, 23. I had to go out there and see what happened. But that massive hole in Tarsila heading out there on that corner.
Is it still there?
Still there and worse. So I put an RFS and I put it in, and then I forgot I needed a number, so that's all right. I found that. So that's still there. They've changed the waterfront out at Hihi, but yeah, it was tidy before, but they seem to have just got rid of most of the footpath, put it right on the edge. And this goes back to the point where no one lets us know when we bring up these issues. There's no feedback. You know, you'll go out there to check these things, but they're done. And why can't anyone just say, Bill, it's done? Remember when we did the placemaking? There were holes. Yeah, several. It looks as if they've just put in loose metal. They might have put something underneath and just basically went over the top. That lovely footpath that was there basically is just shunted here and there, and that's starting to break up. Yeah, it wasn't an improvement in terms of aesthetics, but yeah. You just... And that's a big problem I'm having with it. Every time I go to 550, the job's done, and they don't give you feedback. You know? Yeah. Sewage work was done on the sewage. I think I've mentioned it here. Out there, work was done in Petahippy Drive, but all they had to say was bill. Job complete. Yeah. But anyway, and with this time of the year, I've had to go around and just make sure that I'm up to date with everything, so that my halls, my community groups understand that fact. So it's been going around in circles sometimes. But yeah, that's it. Basically, all I'm doing is just trying to tidy everything up, and basically having job lists where I have to pick up again, etc., etc. And I've been to almost. I've got 2 more meetings. One tomorrow at 5:50. Or was that 9th? No, that's the 9th. And I've got 2 more halls and ratepayer groups just to talk to, update, let them know what's happening. Even on the council of the Tiku board representation and all that, just keeping them up to date. But basically, that's me. Just a good tidy up and just making sure the people are informed.
Thank you, Bill. Well done. Okay, so all in favour?
Hi.
And I think we're all great now.
All right.
Thank you, Debo.
Family's just... There's nothing you can't walk away from. But it's sorted.
So that Marion Place.
Ali, can we resume our live stream, please?
So welcome back to our Hiku Community Board meeting. We're now going to consider the funding applications, which is 7.6 on the agenda item, and it's on page 117. So do I have, we'll just move them and second them. Go through. First. So the first one up is the Ahika Arahara group towards their summer outdoor movies series. Requested 2,400. I'd like to do an amendment for $1,000.
It looks like the quote that they've sent for 2,400 is for the movie license hire, this screen, equipment and generator, and admin and disbursement comes to a quote of 2,400. So you're suggesting 1,000 to go towards the cost of the. Yeah.
All in favour? Aye. Now we come to the second one, which is ROI Limited, which goes to a request $5,000 towards the support the school visits to the Sir Busby Walker Centre. I'm going to move 5,000 because I think it's.
And I'll second that.
A worthwhile place.
It's got huge potential for fun.
Absolutely underrated. So we might, I'd like to go by division, please. So I'm not in support of 5,000. I'd like to do another amount.
What's your other?
I don't believe that all the schools should be actually attending.
What's your other amount?
Pardon?
What's your other amount you'd like to suggest?
Would be 2.5.
Did anyone know what the cost was? I can't see it anywhere.
So it is on page 115.
So what does that number?
What cost? So there's probably no quote for any of this.
I just wondered what it cost per child to go to the things. What else? It didn't say that I could see. But
I'm just requesting, well, does it cost 20,000 and that was 10? So there's probably no, so I don't know what it's actually going to go towards really. It's just their administration costs for doing the school visits, I guess. I'm not sure. So I think they really.
How would they do their report funding, like funding report? How will they equate, like you know, if it was like $10 per child and we let, you know, however many kids.
We've got 500.
So what we
I looked at on page 35.
So they've got weeklies. And it basically looks like it's going to go to everything. $400 per school.
Can I speak to this, please?
Please.
I fully support this, but I can see the practical issue around I think Catherine will be able to help. I think they need to come back and report which schools and which schools they supported it, so that we know, that the ratepayers' money is going in the right place. I see they do have prices there on page 35 in the extra, I mean, if you were to do this accurately, the school should be applying for the money to go to to visit, and or the Waka Centre would be asking us for something, an asset as such, or infrastructural help. But I still want to support 100%. I think this is a really, really good thing for our schools to be able to go see, experience.
Yeah, Madam Chair, probably about 6-7 months ago, we went there with Moko and a team from council. Yeah. And we're just looking at the issues and the development program. We're blown away by what they'd already done. Just before we got there, there was a tribe from America with just 2 bus loads heading up to the north. And it just, the whole system, the whole setup, you can see where it's come from, and you can see where it's going. And I think there should be a lot more emphasis and support put behind this, because it's unique to the not to the north, to the world, and it's right up in front of everyone as a template on how to set these things up and how to run them. But it's got my full support, and it's something probably if I stick in that area, I'll be doing a lot more work with them in terms of training, how to get registered as ITOs, etc., because it warrants it.
Okay.
Extremely unique. Yeah, like John said, we could get this. I understand, The other sorry, just going on the historical things that I learned from there was a lot of, how shall I say it, conflict between the communities there. But these guys have slowly broken that down in terms of going to the maraes, associating with maraes, because you're setting up a cultural entity. There were whatnot. There was some conflict, but they're getting over that. They're working that through, and that was good to see. I even approached Parapara to see if they'd come together on those sort of issues, and they were making good headway, And everyone was meeting, everyone was starting to talk, and the enthusiasm of the people that showed us around, and just the youth that they'd hired there was really good to see. And it's ours, and everyone knows, everyone comes from overseas, America, not just the Pacific.
Well, I think
they're all coming through. Oh, definitely, yeah.
I want to support the $5,000 subject to a thorough report on which schools benefited from the money.
Yeah, fair comment. A good survey form would be brilliant. Yeah.
So it's a subsidy up to $400 per school. So if all the schools don't actually do this program, the 24 schools, because that's what they're hoping for, we will get a refund. So that's where I'm coming from.
I understand.
About 5,000 divided by 400. It's only 12 schools that would have to attend and use the subsidy.
Yeah, because they're paying for half.
So we need a report back as to how many schools. And if there is only 10 attended, we need a refund.
Understand.
I'm okay with that.
That's the only way I'll support it.
Okay. Cheryl's moved to 5,000. Am I correct?
Does anyone support the 2.5?
No, I'd do the 5 as long as there's evidence. And they haven't asked for funding before, so.
I'll second Cheryl then, if that's the case.
This is one I wouldn't like to see this kind of application.
Understand.
When schools actually should be possibly
contact.
Yep, okay.
All in favour?
Aye.
Survey form for schools. Administrative.
The next one is Prioritise City Rugby Union football for accommodation to the global games in Taupo, is it?
Yeah, I won't be voting on this because it's me that's taking them.
You can speak to it if you want, Rachel.
Well, yes, we're taking 15 keen little rugby club kids for the second trip down to the global games. It's huge. It's a massive competition. 140 teams from all over New Zealand and overseas meet in Taupo, and it's an absolute eye-opener for these kids who some of haven't even been past Auckland or over the water. So, yeah, we get $750 for accommodation for all the kids is a steal because it's at the Taupo Equestrian Centre. So they have a hall there that they hire to us very cost effectively, and we Marai style it there. So it's not fancy, top quality accommodation, but it's warm, dry, and accessible. So we've done our own fundraising. We haven't sought funding from anyone else, but this would just help immensely just to ease the burden on some of our parents that tend to fund most of it for the kids that can't. So that would be super helpful. We didn't get more than one quote because we just would never get it this cheap. Anywhere else, it's thousands to stay in motels.
Just speaking through that, I watched the news last night, and it was about the Ames, and there's just thousands of them. Wow, yeah, and it's really good to see. Yeah, and that wasn't told on it. Exactly, and there was also the mayor's on about how it's going to affect the income of shops, and that they're doing it. It's slow times at the moment. It's brilliant to see the kids are having a great time.
Yeah.
Today, did he come from down from Kaitaia? Okay, no, he kids went down
to
Ames.
Yeah, they did Kaitaia. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We're the most northern team that go to the Taupo one, and always have been. No one has from up here ever been.
Brilliant to see.
So Catherine wants to say a word.
So thank you. Through the chair, I was just going to say this would be an out of policy decision because it is travelling to somewhere outside the district. Usually I would have referred on to the mayoral discretionary fund, but because of the election period, that is not available at this stage. So it's up to the board if you choose to support this. Thank you.
I'd like to speak to that as well. Rachel's going to kick me under the table, but I don't want to set a precedent that's going to put us in a position in the future. I think this type of funding is more suited with, and I know it's hard work for the rugby clubs and that, but it's more suited with the Pokey trusts and other fundraising. I love the Koro Rugby Club. I played for many, many years, but I don't feel like I can support this because of the president will set. I mean, how many teams would we get asking for accommodation on travel outside of the area?
Yeah.
Thank you, John.
Good, John.
Yeah.
Have you got?
You could state that it goes towards uniforms then. So I do have quotes for that.
Yes.
As an option.
Yes, but I wish the application was in that.
Yeah.
I totally agree with other,
I probably would have put uniforms if I thought it was outside of policy. I didn't realise that.
Probably if you put uniforms, there would be questions about what's going to happen to them afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, we keep them for the next one.
Well, I'm going to move it just so that we can move on.
I'll speak in it. What's your time frame?
I totally agree with John because I don't want to set a precedent in this community. So I'm totally against this.
So that's what we do.
Yeah,
if we moved and seconded, what, everybody on favour? Yeah. That's how it goes.
Everyone able to approve or decline the application?
Yes.
So is that majority?
Yeah.
Okay, so then have a vote.
I'm declining.
John's declining.
John's declining.
It's up to you. And I'm fine either way, so don't.
I'm in favour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've had more declines than favours, so.
No,
Bill hasn't voted.
No, I haven't voted. I'll vote.
No, I understand. I understand fully, Madam Chair. But again, yeah. After seeing the Ames game, after seeing all that sort of thing, and the involvement with kids,
It's great.
isn't it? Yeah. If you're going to set a precedent, why not with kids? Why not with the future? I vote yes.
It's got to be for kids' sport.
Yeah. Each one of these will be looked at in the future. That's for sure. We don't just make knee-jerk react. We don't just knee-jerk react to these sort of things.
I moved it.
Yeah.
And Darren seconded it.
Yep.
And then you declined. That's right. John declined.
Yeah. I can't vote.
So there's 2 for and 2 against at the moment.
Well, Bill said yes. So
I said yes.
Okay. Carry. Unless you want. Where do we go if you?
So that's 3 to 2.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's chair, doesn't it?
It's 3 to 2. It's carried.
Yeah, it's 3 to 2, John.
So you want to decline or approve? Because that's the vote.
Okay, so I'm voting to approve the amount. Darren seconded it. Against 4.
Yeah, so we've got 3 for, 2 against, so then that's movement approved for 750.
Yeah. Adele can, if she wants to, as chair, have a casting vote, and if she did a no, we'd be.
So does the chair get 2 votes?
Yes. Well, the mayor does.
Would be even.
Yes.
No,
I don't think the chair gets 2 votes, Stephen.
Only if it's a draw.
Oh, right.
It's not a draw.
Okay.
Not a draw. True.
Who would have thought my little $750
Sets a price.
one tile?
You're lucky I watched the Ames last night.
Okay, moving on.
Moving on.
The Momentum Charitable Trust for $3,270.
I don't know what everyone's thinking, but we do this every year. Is that right?
Twice a year. Twice.
I know it's a good thing, but I mean, is this meant to be a ratepayer's expense for the next every year for the next so many years?
So twice a year, John.
Should really be sensible, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Proceeds for crime.
I can't see what a proceeds of crime back.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm a no with this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bill will move that. This be declined.
I'll second decline.
Yes. We're becoming a regular.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, everybody in favour?
Yep. Do we need to do it all in favour of that?
All in favour of it. The next one is Pompelia Catholic School for $1,000. It would be the higher on this one.
Yes.
So 500 for higher.
Yeah. Could do that.
Do it.
And then 500 for higher.
I'm seeking that, Bill.
Is that for primary?
Yeah. I'm seeking that.
All in favour?
Aye.
So the next one is Ranganui Sports Club for $1,000 to purchase 2 gazebos and a trolley.
I'm in favour. I like
John, where, John, where is that?
things-
Sorry.
I like things that are around for a while.
Yeah. Me too. They need them.
I'll move that one and you'll second it, John, or you moved it and I'll second it.
Yep.
Yeah. You happy with that one?
Yes, I
Next one is the Relay for Life for $5,000.
Well, it's essentially doing the as a donation to the Cancer Society, isn't it?
Well, they're not keeping the money. They're running it. They just help do the big stuff here. And it's a big cause. And $20 per team. I was looking at the quote, just like to see what. It's for the sound system, isn't it?
How many people attend?
There was, I think it was 200, 400 of it.
Oh, yeah. I struggled to hear it through the laptop.
100 active participants and 300 visitors.
It is big.
So sounds running in that.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but
That includes the stage and everything, but
yeah.
maybe it should be just for sound.
Yep, I'll agree with that.
Just how much, Rachel?
It's a one-day event, so I would be cautious about this. There's other applications for events in here, so we have to be very cautious. We could suggest, I think 5,000 for one day is quite excessive.
We could suggest the 3,240 for the sound system stage, which includes music, radio, mics, etc. I mean, they might not get the covered stage, the lighting and the transportation and all the stuff, but just good sound equipment.
Yeah.
So what was that, Rachel?
3,240.
Yeah, okay.
Whether they'll allow them to break it down like that, or they have a budget of 3,240 or 3,000 maybe. Budget of 3,000 to find some alternative sound system hire.
Yep.
See, that's really excessive. Sound, stage and screen, $35,000. That's for one day. It's just...
You could donate 35,000 to the Cancer Society. Yeah.
That is very excessive.
I have been to some of these events, etc. running because my son's involved in a lot of this, and the sound systems are always rubbish. And so, yeah, I understand where you need a good sound system because you've got so many people packed and, spread right out. I'd like
from all angles.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'd like to move that. We give them 2,000. 2,000.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that.
John?
All in favour?
Yeah, I'm okay. I know the board hopefully won't change too much, but I really would like to keep the messages going, Catherine, from this is only my opinion, that the events are sort of there to support them at the beginning, the money, do you know what I mean, and not an ongoing thing. But saying that, I'm happy to support this. I don't think we should be the first go-to every year. It's different. It's different. I like, go back to April Aroha. That's 4 weeks of movies for the whole community. That sort of thing's a little bit different to a one-day event. But yes, happy to support the two.
Through the chair, John, you're dead right. And when we all return next year, I think that's a priority for us to sit down and set some guidelines for that sort of thing, just so that we're on the same page and not going over everything every time we sit down with these things. It would be good to have an agreement.
That sounds good, Bill. And if Cheryl could write a letter with all her ideas, please, Cheryl, before you leave.
You come back on
all your rules and regulations.
She's a phone call away, mate.
Good on you, Cheryl.
So really good to see that sort of
because we
in our strategic
prioritise infrastructure too over events.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. Thank you. All in favour?
Aye.
Thank you. The next one is the SPCA costs go towards animal desexing and Country Ward, $4,000.
Why don't you move this, because we've got a problem.
I'll second that.
Everyone in favour of this?
Aye.
Aye.
Next one is money cost towards a spring ball. Oh no, it would be. We do orange. Only. If it's what we're doing, just for the.
Yeah. Are you moving that, Madam Chair?
So the value bar is $352.
Which is
Where's the venue?
here.
Yeah.
So you've moved it all together. All in favour?
Aye.
The next one is the Te Hauwhara Sports Club for $5,000 going towards the 2025 Christmas Whānau Day. I'd like to change it to $2,000.
Or
and maybe be in line with
how are you going to
allocate
what to be spent on what?
There's a cater. I don't think we should look at the catering application whatsoever. Is my opinion. But I want to support I want to support the event for the community. I think it'll be I know it's a good thing for up there, but again, I don't really want to start giving ratepayers money towards catering.
Agreed, John. I agree.
Through the chair, the 4 things they had lifted was catering, which was I'd already said you weren't going to cover. They've got $600 towards face painting, $5,000 towards the inflatable bouncy castle, and $2,000 towards mini golf, all of which are things being brought into the community. So you could tag it to any one of those things there. So it could be the mini golf or the face painting or something simpler.
So it can be
Would there
any of
quotes
those
for that?
except for catering.
Yes, it can go towards.
There are quotes in there. I saw them. Which two would add up to about 2.5, Catherine? It's without me trying to find the page.
Face painting is 600, mini golf is 2,000. That would bring it to 2,600.
I move that.
Taking that.
Okay.
Yeah.
2,600. Favour?
Aye.
The next one is the Primary Duties Charitable Trust, which is the Locker Safety Workshop in the Hiku. $2,390 that they actually asked for.
So they're in the typo. Right, that's what it's got here. Postal abuse typo, visible abuse typo. Applicants apply to the 3 board. No? Applicants apply to the 3 boards.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, I looked at that one. I'd like to move that that be declined and more emphasis put on applying closer to the boards closer to the.
So you put one more in favour?
Right.
And it looks like the last one here is for the Real Urban Society Trust for $5,000 to elevate a youth centre here in Winchester.
We have had quite a few attempts at youth centres in town that haven't gone well. As my dad would say, you need to go to where they are, not them come to you. You need to go to us.
Yeah.
However, that's a different issue.
Yeah. And you know, youth centres, you've got boxing, you've got martial arts, you've got all these other ones. You know, those are readily available to the youth, and I think those should be utilised and supported a lot, as opposed to giving more options.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Special mention though, their application was very thorough and what they'd worked out and what training they wanted to do and providing that was admirable.
Yes.
Just noting that.
So are we moving to decline this application?
I move.
Second, please.
Darren.
You in favour?
Right.
So that's the end of the
Open resolution.
8.1, let's continue. Page 257, which includes Hazelton Board August 2025 open resolution 34. I move that.
Second.
Well, let's have a look. We're having the meetings on the 15th of this month.
Yeah.
Monday. So Darren and I will be attending. Will you be attending, Noel?
Yes. Yeah. Through the chair, can I ask a question? I've sort of lost connection with that issue, but is Darren still playing an active role there?
I'm not sure myself.
Oh,
okay, so it's still in limbo.
I'll talk to you about it later.
No, I'm asking. I'm tabling it because
I'm not even sure. I had a meeting with them last week and it wasn't clear.
Do you mind if I bring it up at the next meeting, at the drainage meeting?
No, I don't.
Okay.
okay, so that all stays there. The next one stays there.
Yeah.
So the red part permit stays in there.
Nothing's happened yet. We're trying hard. Even people in the community are asking when is it going to happen. So we haven't gone on these blogs. And we've tried several locations in that area. So the next one is to do with the time of place mapping, which will be coming to the next meeting.
Okay.
So here. Traffic calming.
I
might say that at the last council meeting, there was a petition that came to the council table, because Ohio had a similar, they had their community, and they are asking for speed bumps, and they did get up to 4.
Well, you know,
funded.
there was a need, and it should have been attributed to other issues. But the fact that Allendale Drive, people have been asking for a long time. People have been put at risk. There's, you know, they're saying there's no money. Well, there's money they can find for other things, which I did quite clearly in my email. We haven't had a price for anything like those recycled tiles that are jetted. It doesn't need to be an expensive one.
I don't want to get back to you, but sorry.
Well, I'd like to see a better answer, and I'd like to see a better answer by the 30th of September, please.
Well, I've had Kotahi numerous times to schools up north, Ngātiki and Pukenui, and the answer is you haven't had enough deaths.
Well, that's just a bureaucratic answer.
I know, they
said the same at the whole intersection.
And that's what they always say.
Crazy.
So I suggest...
And I don't like that answer.
Through the chair... Sorry, through the chair, Dal, so when, was it a highway or a kaihau you said?
It was a kaihau.
So how long have they been working on theirs, like trying to get this?
Very short time, because the deaths happened not long ago.
Yeah. So how do we get this in front of council? Like, how do we move it on from here? Like, it's not, like, we talk about this every meeting, but it's not getting put in front of council, obviously, or do we have to speak to it, or what?
Did you read my email?
I normally do. When was this?
Last week, a few days ago.
I'm happy to speak to it or follow it through whatever the process is.
We have got they say there's no money, but we haven't been given a price as to what options there might be. It might be as simple as the speed traffic calming devices in Taipan.
Yeah.
There is money available for other things, such as another manager in a department, which managers don't save lives, speed bumps could do. It's just wrong priority.
Is that the department who looks after this traffic calming actually look at the recycled tyres for traffic calming, which Angela James is a director of that company, and she gave a deputation on this, and the traffic calming is far cheaper.
Brilliant ideas.
Brilliant. It goes up in very short time. They can do it in half a day.
If you want to give me a contact or point me in the direction, I'll take that and I'll be the bee in the bonnet.
Take that.
This is great.
Yeah.
Take a photo.
Yeah, I've got a scanner on my phone.
Oh, sorry, I just found it. I don't know how I missed that, Cheryl. Thank you. I'm just reading it now. Thank you.
There's not only Ellenville Drive, there's Bennett's Road.
There's tons of them. Yep.
Many years.
I will become the speed hump.
I did. The one thing about Ellenbow Drive is I've had that many complaints. I organised and have proof from the speed cameras from Reed went and put them there for me, and I have the results, which I think it was Elizabeth Stacey said were horrific, and but also at the same time said there was no budget.
Can you send those to me, John?
I'll find those. It won't be till tomorrow because I'm on another computer at the moment and not everything's here.
Need to bring that sheet along last meeting. So anyway, moving on, so that stays here, and the next one is the management plan for the land drainage, and I think we are working on that, so that stays here. And the lease is to do, the next one is to do with the formal lease between the council and the New Zealand Trust for Pioneer House. I'm not quite sure where they are with that. Well, over in it next week. A meeting. Yeah, there's a meeting.
Just leave it and come in.
And then the last one is to do with the sound beautification fund, so it's footpath budget. So are we going to actually, we could probably do it at the next meeting, transfer our town beautification money into the footpath budget. So there's actually quite a bit of money in there, so they really need to bring back to the board. So we can do that resolution probably at the next.
Yeah, I'd like to see a report, please, on the footpaths.
That's what this resolution was. It's just actually having the staff physically do it over so that we can have that report. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, so that was for 24-25. I'm talking about 25-26 as well. None of them we have had. And we just put it towards our budget. Footpath beautification. Looking throughout, like footpaths save lives. There you go.
Once again, manage it done.
Beautiful areas don't save lives. So we can possibly do that as a resolution at the next budget, at the next meeting as well, to remind me. And that's it. Oh, I'm going to stop there.
Do we, you know, the next round of meetings, does that get done by the new board when the meetings are for next year?
Yes.
Okay.
We don't do them, and I think that comes up in, I think probably the community board meeting will be November sometime.
The last one is update on the town digital sign. Have you heard anything, John?
Oh, yeah, I don't even want to go there, Cheryl. It's, oh my Lord, it is hard work. John, I had a meeting, myself and Josh Kirby had a meeting with Jonathan, sorry if I get his name wrong, Fairborough, and basically the ownership, it's with legal at the moment because all those ownerships from the Hiku revitalisation group has not been pulled across properly, or it's been since the 16th of May now, and I feel like I'm not much closer. Yeah.
So they need to go to Kevin Hoskin, who has all that.
No, they have them. They have them now, Adele. They have them, but I think there's a discussion around who pays for what at this stage. I don't know what's going on. But they did find all the assets and it was handed over. I think there was a question because there was unsigned contracts between the revitalisation group and council, but that was around with the owner of the land at Superliquor. So really, and then we found a signed contract. So it was handed over, the land was handed over so that the digital sign could be there. But right now there's about a dozen advertisers that aren't, KBA are in a bit of a position because there's been 2 months now without actually putting their adverts on the board.
What was the cost to fix it, John?
The sign. There's nothing wrong with the sign, Rachel. It's the power to the sign. So I think it was around $10,000 to do a proper dig up the car park and do a proper power line. Because it was it was too old or something, and then the last power cut must have blown it for good. So the sign's fine. If I put a generator there tomorrow, it would work.
Yeah. So John, surely that puts the onus back on the power suppliers, doesn't it?
No, I think what happened, Bill, to be fair, is the power comes from Superliquor under the car park. And initially, well, to be fair, mate, you are right. Like, I asked Jonathan, where would FNDC normally go with this? Would this be a claim through insurance? Because it was a power spike that blew it. But they can't claim something through insurance when they didn't even have the asset listed in their...
Okay.
Yeah. So, but the frustrating thing is just the time of it all. It just takes way too long. Felicity suggested that they just pay and get it fixed through unbudgeted funds. So I think that goes back to our speed humps, doesn't it, Cheryl? If they've got unbudgeted funds to fix that sign.
This would be improvement.
If we've got money in placemaking or anything like that left over from the revitalisation project, would that be a good spend of it? Just to get it up and running, and then, but on the thing that they,
It's not a bad call, Rachel, because it was put there for the community for messages around. Yes, they get advertising, but it's there for conservation of water. Information around
hazards.
Hazards and meat.
We were going to transfer the money to footpaths. Do we keep 10,000 aside just to do that? If it's going to take 8 months to maybe get it fixed, that's a whole lot.
Yeah, if you get a costing, John.
I've sent it to council. There's a cost from Laser Electrical.
Send it to all of us, John.
Perhaps we can do that at our next meeting and out with town beautification money.
Yeah, but we'd write a very stern letter saying we are paying for this once. Like this is not a habit. We're not taking responsibility for the asset. We're simply finding a solution. Just a thought.
Yeah.
Is it just senseless having it sitting there not working? And very soon, Top Energy won't be able to fix it. It'll be too close to Christmas. It'll be pushed out till the new year.
Oh, it's just a laser job, Rachel.
Oh, yeah.
It's just run a new cable, basically. That's it.
But digging up the car park and all that close to Christmas.
Yeah. So they, I asked them about that, and apparently they do half of it. And you can drive around the other half, and then they cut the other. Then they put then they cover that part, and then they cut the other half. So they can do it in a day, and not stop the parking.
That's disrupting, yeah.
I'd like to find a way to just get it done.
So, John, can you get a couple of quotes just so that for transparency for ratepayers' money, please?
Well, I could, Adele, but Laser, I got no connection with Laser, and they've done all that work on the sign from day one.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and I know they're contracting. I think it's Kieran Niehaus to dig it up. Yeah, so like personally, I would. Yeah, I mean, it took long enough to get that quote. So, because the reason why there was suggestion that they could run the power from the traffic lights, the street lights, but apparently that wouldn't work. So that's what, these are all little things that have taken a bit longer.
Yeah.
Okay then. Well, we'll
Can we write that down
next month, and hopefully at the next meeting we can sort that out.
We need to write that down or do make a note of that somewhere.
Possibly do a reason.
Yeah, great to get that sorted.
Awesome. So that's us. Thank you very much. All in favour?
Aye.
Closing.
Yeah, but if you need to spread, you talk about what you want and the keeping of animals by within meetings closed, please.
Oh, we need to talk about it.
Well, not necessarily, but we might as well finish the meeting.
We'll finish the meeting.
Yeah, okay.
So closing comment here, please.
Thank you. Kia tau tō rangimarie ki runanga o ngā iwi o te ao. Let your peace reign on all the people of the world. Take blessing over all these people here, our communities, our families. Amen.
Thank you so much.
Can we end the live stream?